The sane know contentment, for beauty is their lover, and beauty is never absent from this world. Before we come to the page, before the first word is ever written down or read or listened to, there is a longing to connect. My name is Charlie Mehrhoff, your host here at Before the Page, a podcast featuring poetry, parable, fiction, and words to echo our longing. Welcome to Before the Page. Saint Teresa of Avila was a Catholic nun who lived in 16th century Spain. We begin with her poem, The Servant of Unity, translated by Daniel Ladinsky. Most men in power have not the strength or wisdom to be satisfied with the way things are. The sane know contentment, for beauty is their lover, and beauty is never absent from this world. The farther away light is from one's touch, the more one naturally speaks of the need for change. Yes, overthrow any government inside that makes you weep. The child blames the external and focuses his energies there. The warrior conquers the realms within and becomes gifted. Only the inspired should make decisions that affect the lives of many. Never a man who has not held God in his arms and become the servant of unity. Jalal ad-Din Rumi was a Sufi mystic, teacher, and poet. Here is Rumi's Ayaz in the King's Pearl. Translator, Coleman Barks. One day the king assembled his courtiers. He handed the minister a glowing pearl. What would you say this is worth? More gold than 100 donkeys could carry. Break it. Sir, how could I waste your resources like that? The king presented him with a robe of honor and took back the pearl. Then he put the pearl in his chamberlain's hand. What would it sell for? Half a kingdom. God preserve it. Break it. My hand could not move to do such a thing. The king presented him with a robe of honor and an increase in his salary. So it went with each of his 60 courtiers. One by one they imitated the minister and the chamberlain and received their reward of new wealth. The pearl was given to Ayaz. Can you say how splendid this is? It's more than I could say. Then break it, this second, into tiny pieces. Ayaz had had a dream about this, and he had hidden 2 stones in his sleeve. He crushed the pearl to powder between them. As Joseph at the bottom of the well listened to the end of his story, so such listeners understand success and failure as one thing. Don't worry about forms. If someone wants your horse, let him have it. Horses are for hurrying ahead of others. The court assembly screamed at the recklessness of Ayaz. How could you do that? What the king says is worth more than any pearl. I honor the king, not some colored stone. The courtiers immediately fell on their knees and put their foreheads on the ground. Their sighs went up like smoke, asking forgiveness. The king gestured to his executioner as though to say, take out this trash. Ayaz sprang forward. Your mercy makes them bow like this. Give them their lives. Raise their faces into yours. Let them wash in your cool washing place. You picked me to crush the pearl. Don't punish others for my drunken obedience. Punish them when I'm sober, because I'll never be sober again. Whoever bows down like they are bowing will not rise up in his old self. Like a gnat in buttermilk, they have become your buttermilk. The mountains are trembling. The map and compass are the lines in your palm. This next piece is entitled Victorious, composed by the reader. Victorious. The general had the sage dragged in and stood up before him. Then, in front of his proud soldiers, he pointed towards a group of shackled prisoners and demanded of the sage, "Teach me all that you know about your God of love, while I stand upon one foot, or I will have these people executed." The general then raised his boot into the air. Without uttering a single word, the sage dropped to his hands and knees and crawled beneath the sole of the general's boot. And there he remained, silent, even long after the general wept. These following words also composed by the reader. The king and queen throw open the palace doors and invite the peasants to dine at their table, while they themselves sneak away to dress in peasant clothes before running hand in hand forever from the palace, giddy, giggling, never looking back. We only wish. And this is a Divine Visitation by Alan Afterman. I had just written, Justice confuses us with its idea of symmetry, in the book of history I was reading, when, backing down the stairs into the bedroom, murmuring and gurgling, grunting and singing, appeared the child his grandparents called Divine. "Hello, stinkpot!" He turns and turns in a small circle, hands me his mother's skirt from the floor. Flapping his arms, beaming, he climbs, pulls, rips everything apart. We will end this episode with the 13 Principles of Purity, a distillation of Moshe Cordevero's Palm Tree of Devorah. The one who penned the distillation here will be unnamed. Forbearance in the face of insult, patience in enduring the evil suffered, pardon to the point of erasing the evil suffered, total identification with his neighbor, complete absence of anger combined with appropriate action, mercy to the point of recalling only the good qualities of the tormentor, eliminating all traces of vengefulness, forgetting suffering inflicted upon oneself by others and remembering only the good, compassion for those who suffer without judging them, truthfulness, mercy beyond the letter of the law with the good, assisting the wicked to improve without judging them, remembering all human beings always in the innocence of their infancy. Well, thank you so much for listening in to this episode of Before the Page. Until the next, be well.